Hey folks, we're here today to show off some more features of our new IntelliJ version of our NX Console plugin. To show off the first feature, I'll hit Command-Shift-A to open up our command palette, and I'll start typing generate here, and we can see if we look at the options available to us, the first one is an NX version of generate with the UI, and the other version is just generate. Now, if we look at the generate UI version, this is actually the version that we had been looking at in our last video, which shows this sort of web view that's the same one as we see in our VS Code plugin, and this will give us a comprehensive list of all of the options or parameters that we can pass to a generator in order to run it. But if we were already aware of all of the options for a generator and we just wanted to run one in a more streamlined way than maybe using a terminal, we can also use this NX generate option that we see at the top of our list here. And this will open up a drop-down menu that shows some of our previous runs as well as any of the generators that we have installed in our current workspace. For example, if I wanted to create a React library inside of our workspace, I can scroll down to this library, give it a name. Then we can see here in the drop-down options, here are some of the other options that are available for this generator, including the ones that are required. So here I can set my unit test runner to be Vite. But let's clear this out and go back to generate. And here we'll go back to selecting the first one on our list. That's to create an examples test application inside of our project. So I'll hit that and we'll see this terminal for NX generate comes up and we end up creating our new files. I'm going to hit Command-Shift-A to reload the UI, and now we should be able to see it. And that's great. But now if we wanted to get rid of it, because we actually don't want an examples test project inside of our workspace, what we can do is we can right-click on the test folder right here, the one that holds our project. We can go to the refactor menu, and here we can see there's actually options here to move or remove the NX project here right inside of the context menu. So I'll go ahead and click remove because we want to get rid of it, and we can see we have this nice little dialog. We can hit a dry run here. The dialog will remain, and we'll be able to see in our little dedicated terminal here all of the different files that would be deleted. However, this was passed in with the dry run flag, so nothing was done yet. We can just preview it. If I want to actually run it now, I hit OK, and that will go out and actually delete those files, and I can hit Command-Shift-A here and reload from disk again, and that will properly reflect our file system to show that the example directory is actually completely removed now. So those are our first two features, first generating and now removing or moving projects from the context menu, both features that we've had inside of our VS Code version of the NX Console plugin, and now are successfully ported over to IntelliJ. Now to show off some of our other features, I'll hit Command-Shift-A again and we'll start typing in NX. We can actually see that the move and remove refactor options here we can access via this command palette as well. If we click one of these, obviously we won't already know which project we want to move, but we could search for different projects inside of our workspace here using the Command I shortcut. That will give us access to the projects that we currently have inside of our workspace. Since we deleted our example test project, we can see we just have this short list of projects available. But I'll hit escape to skip out of this, and we'll jump into our next feature, which if we open our command palette again and type in NX, we'll see there's actually a set of preferences here for the NX Console plugin. If we hit enter here, we can see there's some helpful settings here for setting a workspace path. Now this is helpful if you are in a workspace where NX actually doesn't live at the root of your project. Maybe this is a full stack application and you're only using NX for your front end side. This way you could say, well, it's actually not at the root of my project. Maybe it's inside of the root of my project / front end, for example. We could set the workspace path here. This will inform the NX Console plugin where to find the root for your NX workspace. So we'll revert that because we actually want to use the workspace root in our case. But we can see there's also an application setting here for enabling dry run on generate change. So since this is toggled on, we'll automatically run a dry run on any eligible generators, which we can see in action if we go back to the command palette and we go to the NX generate UI option. Here, if we select any of our generators here, it will open up the web view, but we'll notice as we start typing inside of our forms here, the interactive terminal will open and run the command given, but with the dry run option attached. This will make it so we can preview what's going on inside of this dedicated terminal down here, but it won't actually make any changes until we actually hit run, in which case we'll run the command but take that dry run option off. But as we're adjusting things here, if we added some new text here, what that's going to do is on detecting changes to our form, it's going to go ahead and rerun that dry run to preview what new changes would happen with the new options provided. So if we want to take this off, we can go back into our NX Console preferences and turn off this option to enable dry run on generate change and hit apply, and we'll see coming back here, now no dry runs are added when we change the options here in the form. So that can maybe make your terminals flash a little less. Maybe if you're on a slower machine, you don't want to be running these all the time. For whatever reason, maybe it's just a preference change. You can select things to work this way. The final feature we want to show in this video is actually going up here inside of the File menu. So we'll do File, New, and Project here. And this will open up the new project pane that you're used to if you're familiar with IntelliJ. Here we'll add the name of our project. We'll call it Test IntelliJ. We can select whatever location on our machine we want to add it to. That one looks fine to me. We can also select our node version. Node 18 looks good to me, and our version of Create NX Workspace. That all looks good. I'll go ahead and hit Create here, and we'll make sure to do that in a new window. So when I do this, we'll open up our new window here, and we'll get prompted for what kind of workspace we want to do. I'll just select the default apps one, and we'll hit no for NX Cloud in this case, but we'll go ahead and we're actually just running the Create NX Workspace script that you might be used to. However, this is being done inside of an integrated way inside of IntelliJ. It's going to be familiar to all of y'all using IntelliJ to create new projects. It's pretty much just wrapping around the Create NX Workspace script that you're used to, but yeah, you won't have to remember the name of it anymore. So that went ahead and created our project for us. We can expand it to see everything set up like you would expect for a normal NX workspace. And of course, we can jump into the NX tools here to start generating new projects inside of our new workspace. So yeah, that's great. And yeah, that's it for the new updates for IntelliJ version 1.2. As you can see, we're quickly making up ground in terms of getting closer to the VS Code version of the NX Console plugin. And that's kind of our goal for this next iteration coming forward, is to get closer to feature parity and get all the features that you love inside of IntelliJ, so our IntelliJ users can get the full benefit of NX Console as well. So if you like the plugin, if you like this video, be sure to hit like and subscribe. And as always, we want to thank you for all the support y'all give us. We love the comments we've been getting lately, but really cool to see our work paying off in terms of giving y'all a great dev experience. And you know, that's what we're focused on. And honestly, it's just great to hear that we're making some progress in that area. And you know, we're going to be focused on continuing to do even better in the future with NX Console and across all of our products with NX and NX Cloud as well. So as always, thanks so much for the support. Hope you liked the video, and until next time, happy coding.